Welcome back, and today we got 7 new knives and EDC fixed blades. Check out 1 piece, 2 pieces of EDC gear really. Let's get started. First up, we have a brand new Vosteed. This is the new Psyop 299. It's that middle ground size between the small and full size Psyop, and I think this one's going to be an absolute hit. I love Tough Knives designs, and that's who designed this one. It has that Norplex Ultrex micarta. It's like a linen micarta. I love that micarta because it gives you that grain there. You have the titanium bolster there. I like the little cut like that, and it's symmetrical on both sides. You get the wire pocket clip that is reversible. It says that's a stainless steel backspacer. I thought it was tied because of the different coloration. It is sitting on stainless steel liners that have been pocketed out, but it is going to add a little bit extra weight. The thumb stud action, I mean, this thing fires out with a nice crisp break on that detent. The mid-size is without the larger sharpening choil like on the original one that took away a lot of the cutting edge, and I know a lot of people didn't like that. The blade steel they went on this one is S35VN. I think they were trying to keep it in that kind of like they did with this one to bring the price down. I think on the site, whenever these drop on August 22nd, are going to be 139 bucks. You got some functional jimping up top. Your sharpening choil, it's pretty good. Looks like it's going to thicken about right here, so you should have 4 or so sharpenings before it'll widen on you. You have that low tip drop point, so you can use it to do fine detail cuts, piercing, and you got a nice little flat section with some jimping right here, so if you want to choke right up to that edge to get a nice controlled cut, you can do that. And no matter which way I hold this, it's nice and comfortable. For my medium-sized hands, if I'm choked up, I got a good bit left over, choke back, I can still get a nice 4-finger grip. This one is one of their top liner locks. I love their top liner lock. I think it's probably my favorite lock from them. I go back and forth between this and the Vanker lock, but I think it had to be the top liner lock. Very smooth, very snappy, drop shut, and these usually break in really, really nicely. You can speed it up by cleaning it out yourself, putting your own lube. I love the wire pocket clip, TA construction throughout. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very popular one for them. Love the Psyop. Let me bring those out for size reference for you. I think the new Psyop 299 is going to be that perfect middle ground for a lot of people. All the knives you see in this video, if they are available, I will have them linked down below. Like I said, this one's going to drop on August 22nd, and I'm working on the review now, almost done with the testing, so I hope to have this review go live either right before the drop or the day of the drop. We reviewed the Vosteed Kroc not too long ago. This one has a blackwashed S35VN blade with the aluminum scales and the carbon fiber inlays on both sides. Well, they have a more budget version with black G10 with a white G10 inlay. There's several different variations. And this one also has a blackwash blade, but this is in 14C 28N. So it's going to bring that price down. I'm guessing, I forgot what it was, maybe 69. It also has the top liner lock. I like whenever they do it like that. I like the little button, and it is very smooth riding on cage throwing bearings, just like the Psyop 299. They do have 9 coated versions. There's one that's got a raw stone wash, and I think one that has a satin blade. I like the one with the raw stone wash a lot. This is just the one they sent me. I'm pretty certain these are available now. If so, I will have them linked down below. You got good jimping there. You can easily front flip it if that's your thing. Reverse flick is probably the best on here. You can kind of choke up. It's not really big, but like a trigger finger grip. Of course, you can use that button to deploy it as well. Reversible deep carry clip. They did not inset the clip. However, they did countersink the screws. Got a black G10 backspacer. TA construction throughout, except for your pocket clip screws, which are T6. I'm okay with that. This right here is the KB Socius, I think it is. Probably butchering that. The designer on this one is Jonathan Jacobs. So you have the diamond pattern all over here, contouring on those tie scales, tie backspacer, hidden lanyard post. You have a contoured mill tie pocket clip, however, just tip up right, hand carry only. This is a great reverse flicker because of that blade hole. The action on these knives are stellar out of the box. Thumb flicks easy, slow roll. If I wanted to do the pinch down by holding that blade hole, you can. You have, looks like a blasted tumbled blade. Excellent fine cut jimping there. And this is a first for me that I know of for KB knives. They use a lot of M390 20CV, which is fine. They perform well. This is the first one that I recall seeing in CPMS 90V steel. 60 to 62 HRC. No matter which grip I hold this one in, it's comfortable. Kind of choke up a little bit. And you should have, let's see, about right here before you have to worry about anything. That plunge grind could have been brought all the way back, but you still got a good bit of sharpening life. And you don't have to worry about a stop pin, so that's nice. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Number 4, we've had the Olitans G031 on the channel before. It was an Amazon Knife of the Month pick. Well, they have some new colorways, and this is a great knife for the money. You have contouring on those scales, black micarta, very grippy black micarta. The action on these things with that crossbar lock, I mean, come out nice and fast. You got a beautiful crown spine. This one has the rose gold or copper colored PVD coating, and it's all over the hardware, your filler tab. These are ground nice and thin. They slice very well. 14C 28N steel. Out of the box, very smooth. These aren't adjustable, but it's got a very well-tuned detent. That's about as far as I can get it. Nice and comfortable. Any grip. Fairly versatile blade. I can use that tip to make detailed cuts without coming up too high. Hidden lanyard spot back here. Then they also have a banana colored or bumblebee from Transformers. You have smooth contoured yellow G10 scales, yellow G10 backspacer, black liners, black hidden lanyard spot, black pocket clip. These clips are inset and they countersunk those screws. Excellent job. I'll tell you, Olitans has been very impressive. Every knife I've tested from them has performed great, especially at their price point. I think these go for 54 bucks. They're well dialed in. Look, out of the box action, both of these. Beautiful action, comfortable, just a good knife. Now, they could have given us a little bit better of a sharpening choil. You should have a couple, as long as you don't put too much pressure, maybe to about right there. And let me see, check this real quick, and you don't have to worry about a stop pin. Well, it's probably harder to see that one. You don't have to worry about a stop pin because that crossbar lock is the stop in the closed position and it's well away from that edge. So yeah, good knife for the money. This is my choice right here. They also have it with the rose gold and green, kind of like that Vosteed raccoon I did a video on recently. This next one's not really my thing, but I like to show interesting things. Number 5, we have the Ameight Knives MK2. This is a collaboration with DC Blades. It has a karambit ring. You have a little attitude adjuster, maybe a window breaker at the end right there. You have fragged aluminum scales. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried it, but you may be able to wave this out of the pocket if it catches the corner of your pocket. I'm guessing that's why they did that like that. Interesting choice making this one a crossbar lock, I'll be honest. It has a mill tie pocket clip that is reversible. The reason I say that, because if it doesn't wave out of the pocket, which like I said, I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna. If it doesn't wave out of the pocket, it's not the easiest, being that you have this karambit ring, to deploy this one. You could use that crossbar though if you wanted to. And the only 2 grips I know, this is a folding Pacal. I'm not too versed in these knives, you know, it's not really my cup of tea. Definitely wicked. 14C 28N blade, you can get it coated or non-coated. You do have some jimps there. I don't really know why you'd have the jimps here. Maybe for when you're pushing like this way, if you're hooking something and pulling through. And you can also grip it like this. Both are very, very comfortable. Like I said, I'm not too sure how that's done, if I'm doing it right. But yeah, the ring's aluminum, I'm guessing. And you only have like a little, see where that screw is right here, that you have a little plate right here to house this crossbar lock. Now they do have one issue that I just don't understand why we're seeing this so much. And I'm guessing it's because they're not used to doing crossbar locks. But even though you'll have some sharpening life, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I put a mark on the blade. That's about how far you'll better sharpen it. And that's going to be several sharpenings, you know. And is this a knife you'll have to be sharpening a lot? I don't know. It depends on how much you use it. But if you're using it for like a self-defense blade, you're not going to sharpen that much. But I put that mark there because, just like I talking about whenever I was checking that other crossbar lock. This is like the second Miguron like this that I've seen. This one's not as bad as the last one, but see that stop pin right there? Well, that stop pin is hitting, and I can tell where it's hitting because of where it's shiny on the PVD coating. It's right there. Like I said, it just depends. If you plan on, breaking down a bunch of boxes or cutting rope with this or something, then yeah, you might have to sharpen it a few times. But if you're just carrying it as a backup self-defense blade, you may never sharpen it. All right, we got two EDC fixed blades that I picked up off Amazon that I thought were pretty interesting. This first one comes in this paddle leather sheath like this. So on the belt, it's going to be kind of canted. The retention's not great in there. I could probably wet form it to make it a little bit better, but it's a little loose. But the overall profile of this, I like it a lot. So you have, I think it's orange paper micarta scales, brass pins. You got two brass pins, and it looks like a copper pin right here that's kind of corroding. You have a semi-mirror polished drop point blade, rust comber design out of Anchorage, Alaska. I like a lot of his stuff. You also have a distal taper on that tang. You see how it gets thinner back here. It is comfortable, and that polished blade is in D2 steel. I think this is called, I'm gonna butcher this, but the Battle Box Ketchikan, I think it is. Let me know what y'all think about this one. I don't mind the D2 as long as it performs. It feels like it's got a nice thin edge. It's got a hollow grind on here, and that polish should help the D2 from not corroding. I do wish there was some jimping. God, it's very comfortable. I like the little flare right there. So we have another one coming from that company Foresail, and it just has a 6.77 inch small fixed blade. It's very inexpensive. I think I paid 36 bucks because there was a coupon on it. Comes with a nice minimal kydex, little ramp, small tech lock style belt clip attachment. Retention is very good. No movement in that sheath at all, and that push off's nice. You have beautiful contouring and swell on these scales. Now you have this thin real twill carbon fiber on the top, and then I guess you could call it like a liner of G10 underneath. And it has like a very faint micromilling that gives you some extra traction. Now I just want to see how that hole would be, because I had a Kaiser that had a hole like that and it was comfortable. I don't love it on this one, but I can just grab it back here. And there's also a version of this knife, it's kind of similar, that doesn't have the hole. So I'll probably link this one and that one if somebody's interested in it. I love the blade profile, and I like how it's canted down. So when you're holding it like this, that tip's canted down like that. So when you're cutting through like cardboard and stuff, even though you got a deep belly, it shouldn't slide out as easy. And then I can easily use that tip to make those detailed drag cuts. Nice raw stone wash finish. I think you can also get it coated. You have some jimping here, but it's a little too far back and it's a little spaced out. It's not that effective. Sharpening notch is fine. I don't, on my fixed blades, I like it whenever they're rounded like that, so I can just open them up a little bit by a little bit. AUS 10 steel. That was another reason why I picked this up. I wanted to see how their AUS 10 held up. I've tested a knife they have in 14C and it did well. So interested to see how this one will perform. We got two products from BP Knives. I think y'all know I love me some BP Knives. His fixed blades are remarkable. And he sent me these two Prybars to check out, and I'm gonna get y'all feedback on this. So we'll check out this one since it's already out right here. This is his Rex bar. Came with this little tag, Brandon Park. And then you have, this one's in crew wear at 59 HRC. This is a more compact pry bar. You got a nice thin spot here that you can use as a flathead, scraper. You got the bottle opener. You got very, very nice fine cut jimping on both sides to pop them bottles. I use pry bars quite often, usually when I'm popping scales loose and just anything to save the tip of my knives. That's what I use them for. And this one comes to a thin enough edge. If you wanted to score a box or something, you probably could do that. Everything's done to perfection. You got beautiful chamfers on these holes, and you got the Rex bar here, BP Knives here, and on this side you have crew wear or crew. I think this one's currently sold out at the moment, but if these are popular enough, I'm sure he can make them quicker than a fixed blade at least. This one's a nice package. It comes with his Dog tag certificate of authenticity. You can pause and read that if you want. This one's an LMAX at 52 HRC plus or minus 1. The leather sheath is made by Taylor Cortez. Love his stuff. And it came with this paracord lanyard. So if I drop it, don't lose it. This one's bigger, a little bit easier for you to get a full grip on it if you need to pry up something. And I've always wanted, all my other Prybars mainly are in titanium. And this one being LMAX, this one being crew wear. I've always wanted to test out, a Prybar that was hardened. See if it's any better or worse, Would it be easier for me to snap this edge doing, some of the prying I do? Let me know if there's anything y'all would like to see me test this on, because I'm going to, do a video on it if possible, try to do some more content on it. His grinds are perfect there. This one isn't as thin as this piece right here, but this is smaller. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about this. So that's going to do it for today's video. Here's another shot of everything. Let me know what you'd like to see a review on first. What gets you most excited? Like I said, I think this is going to be super popular for Vosteed. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those down below and I'll do my best to get back with you. I hope every single one of y'all is having a fantastic day today. And remember, keep these blades sharp, smile more,